Peace, guys. Patrick, ConservativeRap, and in this video, we're going to be covering more evidence of the golden age of winning. Specifically let's start with a article on Yahoo Finance. China opened the talks if U.S. quote unquote shows respects and no names point person. So talk about a change of heart, right? We knew this was coming. China wants to see a number of steps from President Donald Trump's administration before it will agree to trade talks because they know where their economy is heading if they don't come to the table and get their act together, including showing more respect by reining in disparaging remarks by members of his cabinet, according to a person familiar with the Chinese government's thinking. The article goes into more in depth. It kind of lists some quotes from major financial figures, but again, we knew this was coming, and more evidence of what was once ridiculed and critiqued in terms of Trump's agenda coming to fruition as ultimately what needs to be done. Next, from Newsmax, China appoints new top international trade negotiator amid tariff tensions with US. China appointed a new top international trade negotiator on Wednesday amid tariff tensions with the US. The government said that Li Zhengang has been appointed to replace Wang Shuwen, who participated in the trade negotiations for the 2020 trade deal between the China and the US. The world's two largest economies have been steadily increasing tariffs on each other's goods since US raised tariffs on a dozen of other countries. China faces 145% taxes on exports to the US, while other countries were given 90-day reprieve for most duties. I think it equates, when you compound it in terms of all the types of tariffs that are currently in effect, it's slightly over 200% actually. Next, from Zero Hedge, more countries come into fold. Bank of Canada keeps rates at 2.75% as expected, sees significant recession in all-out trade war. So, question, is it a world problem or is it a China problem? I think it was really brilliant what Trump did in terms of the 90-day clawback, right? Setting the example and setting the tone in terms of tariffs, seeing where the players are, engaging everybody, having them come to the table during this kind of key frame of time to renegotiate trade dynamics. And in the back of their mind, all of these countries know if they don't get their act together and do and position themselves in a fair trade dynamic, tariffs are always going to be on the table. It's excellent, I think, psychology overall. Next, and from The Hill, World Trade Organization, WTO, warns of global trade decline amid Trump tariff war. The World Trade Organization is calling the trade war unleashed by President Trump a quote unquote crisis and is warning things will get worse if the situation deteriorates. World Trade Organization economists on Wednesday updated their projection for 2025, noting a substantial downgrade to the forecast of merchandise trade and similar reduction in their outlook for services trade. Much of the change was driven by new estimates for North America, which is now projected to see a 12.6% decline in exports and 9.6% drop in imports this year. And I love what Defiant L also put on X in response to this. Trump, this started with the World Trade Organization, which was owned and paid for by China. I blame the people sitting at this desk. They allowed this to happen. Really, the WTO is a pawn of China. I think we all know that by now. Next, from Breitbart, Trump orders critical minerals probe. I love this. That may itself bring new tariffs. U.S. President Donald Trump ordered a probe Tuesday that may result in tariffs on critical minerals, rare earth metals, and associated products such as smartphones in an escalation of his dispute with global trade partners. Trump has upended markets in recent weeks with his sweeping on-off levies, and this investigation could see him impose further tariffs if it shows that imports of critical minerals and their derivatives endanger U.S. national security. So again, gas prices, with us getting that drill baby drill mentality in place, will go down. Inflation is going down. Grocery prices are going down, right? Once energy comes down, the cost of a lot of different things go down, including manufacturing, transit costs, etc. The economists, the Federal Reserve, I don't know how they're going to start to combat some of this stuff. And eventually, I think we'll see them for the frauds that they are with the next few months of just economic coverage. And lastly, from Election Wizard on X, the IRS may face a mass exodus of up to 40% of its workforce due to buyout offers from the Trump administration and widespread layoffs, with approximately 22,000 employees already accepting Trump's deferred resignation offer. So, I don't know, guys. By Independence Day 2026, I think we'll be on a sound money system again, and we'll actually start looking at, rather than just a simple exodus of IRS employees, even the replacement of taxation with tariff revenue, the external revenue service instead of the internal one. Again, more to come soon. Thanks for taking a listen, and yeah, feel free to comment below. Let me know your thoughts. Check out my Instagram and my TikTok feed for more rhymes, more poetry on these subjects, and I look forward to more content shortly. Thanks and take care.